Can this thing not show me tilt controls when I accidentally bump the screen? I've never played on mobile before like that. I take that back. I have. I played on an airplane once, so obviously I was in offline mode. What is Sunset Wilds? I feel like I've never played this. I don't smoke, but Miller Lite is pretty good. Oh, I'm always a drinker. And believe me, I know drinking is still awful for you as a whole, not just your liver, but your heart and shit and all that. I know that's bad. I'm not here to judge. I'm just trying to figure out when the disconnect started and why. I'm just trying to break apart why, if you go back 10 years ago, it was in schools, it was on TV commercials, it was adults who didn't smoke were telling you about it. Every kid I knew was like, oh yeah, that's dumb. So it's like, everybody was like, no, get smoking out of here. You know, inhaling smoke into your lungs is bad. It gives you lung cancer. And everybody was on board with it. And then smoking kind of died out. Vaping became a thing. And weed started becoming legal. And all of a sudden, it's like, nobody cares anymore. And now inhaling smoke in your lungs is fine. So, again, as someone who doesn't know, and if it's a different high, and if it doesn't feel the same, and if you just prefer, you know, prefer it that much heavily one way over the other, then it totally makes sense. But my disconnect was just, I just didn't understand why, like, if you had eating it right there, why did you need to do one that is absolutely harming you in the long run? But now I know, I guess I roughly got it. I never spoke because I do sports. Good on you. You never smoked or never drank for basically any reason. Good on you. I've had doctors tell me they prefer to smoke cigarettes instead of vape. Okay, but were they telling you that as like doctorial medical advice, or were they just basically admitting that they didn't care if they were fucking up their lungs like that because they have a very stressful job? Nobody thinks Thunder will get last. Interesting. This month, I full-on stopped smoking for a year. Hey, that's Drake's cracking. Good shit, bud. I'm proud of you. This music is so fucking happy. For all the chaos, we're in the middle of a war. Toad is literally screaming, everyone's dying, somebody help us. And this music is so... What the fuck? This music is so upbeat and happy. Yeah, I can't drive. If I would have hit dog, if I hit that turner, if I hit that turn right, I'm literally in third right now. If I don't get caught on the very, very, very corner pixel of that turn, I'm in third place right now. Why am I in second? Which one of you goobers put me in second place? I'll throw that red shell I definitely have at you. I'm never playing on Wi-Fi again. I'm never playing on Wi-Fi again. I've never had this many items just disappear after nothing happened. Hey, Barry Krebs.
I got no fun witty comment for this one.
Takes you, thank you for the tier 307 motherfucking months, and that just put us back over 40 hours. Holy shit. Actually, how much time did he get for that? Did he get more than 10 minutes? No. Why is it always Austin resubbed? He placed third? I think I placed third. Not gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention. Takes you, thank you so much, man. Hope your day's good. All three of those maps are the most, like, 5 out of 10 maps I've ever seen. All doctors I know have said that vaping, especially THC products, is incredibly unhealthy and dangerous. I believe it, yeah. It's like damn near plastic, right? You're kind of damn near inhaling plastic. I had to go pick up my tux rental for the wedding. Tying a tie is a pain. You'll get it. Whenever you go to tie it, throw up a YouTube video, get a mirror in front of you. It's easy enough to talk yourself through it, but yeah. I'm proud of you for going through it, you know. Get through the wedding, you'll be all right. I smoked for about a month in Cali 7 years ago. I got you. My mom got COVID. Afterwards, I couldn't smoke cigs. Now she's on vaping, weaning herself down. You guys ever seen the movie Uncle Buck? It's an old movie. It's an old movie. We're talking like late 80s, early 90s, I think, somewhere in there. With John Candy, yeah, that's my fucking goat. Anyway, Uncle Buck is, you could do that with a mushroom. Anyway, he goes in to talk to his sister-in-law because he's going to be watching his brother's kids for a while. And his nieces and nephews, basically. And she already doesn't like him. He's a drinker, he's a smoker, he gambles, he bowls, you know, the whole fucking nine, right? But he looks over at her, trying to give her like a positive, you know, reinformation, like it's okay, I can totally watch her kids, everything will be fine. And he goes, I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore. He goes, I stopped smoking cigarettes. And she goes, oh my God, that's so good, you know? And then he's laughing, and they're both like, you know, it's great. And then he looks at her dead in the face. He goes, yeah, I'm on the cigars now. And she's like, oh. And then he's like, yeah, what the fuck? What did I do to you? And he's like, yeah, I'm on a 5-year plan. I'm going to do cigarettes, then I'm going to do the cigars, then I'm going to go to those nicotine patches and something else. But it was his 5-year plan to wean himself off of cigarettes, but for some reason, the first step was to step up to cigars for a year. I don't know why, but for some reason, his first step of weaning himself off of smoking was to spend a year on cigars. That's what that made me think of, though. Like, oh, yeah, my mom's off cigarettes. She's vaping now, though. Vaping was a good option for people who were smoking, try to get off it. But it also... Yeah, that's the worst part, is because cigarettes were already doing everything they could to, like, try to aim themselves more at children, like trying to get fruity flavors, like the grape-flavored Swisher Sweets and shit like that. Cigarettes were already trying to get fruity with it. Don't do it, VR. Don't do it, VR. Don't do it, VR. Don't do it, VR! Okay, whew, made it. I knew he was going to try it. Wow, it got crazy in there. Anyways, cigarettes are already trying their ass off to try and get kids hooked with, like, trying to get fruity flavors and stuff. And then vaping came in, and it's like, oh, it's a cool metal pen. Oh, it's the future. Oh, it's vape. It's vapor smoke. It's not real smoke, so it's safe for you too, and it's fucking not. And then they give it mango and fucking Pop Rocks and Fruitalicious Fruit Loops and Gummy Bear, and, like, those are the flavors. It's like, are you shitting me? You were trying to get children at the age of 5 hooked on this. You're looking at the goat. You win that one, Ken? Good shit. Alien piss. Gotta love truth.com for keeping it real. And then again, like I said, when vaping pens hit, and then also weed started becoming legalized, and I feel like weed just slid under the radar. And it's like someone starts, like, you see someone smoking a cigarette, you will probably get a lot of people, particularly younger people, at least 10 years ago, who'd look at it and be like, oh, you smoke? Yeah, I gotta get out of here. This smoke makes me cough. You know, it's not good for me. I don't like the smell. It makes me sick. Whatever. I have to leave right now, and you're weird for doing it, right? Like, that was the general, even if people weren't saying it, that was the general vibe, right? But now it's the same shit. You go into someone's house like, oh, I'm going to smoke a J. Are you good? And it's like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Nothing bothers me, and smoking is totally okay now. It's not different. It's like, again, I'm not against people who are smoking. I am trying to find out when and where in America the disconnect happened, and all of a sudden it just became a lot more acceptable and okay. I'm not trying to come off like a hater. I'm just trying to find out when and where the attitude changed exactly. There's probably also just a fair amount of people who think it's like, they don't understand that inhaling smoke into your lungs is the bad thing about smoking. And they think it's like the nicotine or tar or something like that. Don't mind me, just cruising along. I love that shortcut. I love that shortcut so much because you never think it's going to work. Who braked for that? Ken, you fucking braked. You got me hit. And I didn't hit him with the boombox. That boombox that I just saw myself hit him with did not connect. That's a bummer. I hate playing on Wi-Fi. The final lap, brother. Get this cum out of my eye immediately. Which one of you cummed in my eye? Wow! Crazy geometry on that one. Who's the mathematician? I'm sorry, I don't have a rotating green shell, I guess. Dog, just go, lad. I'm out. Y'all won. Good job. GP, thank you for 28 months. You'll win if you drive for family. Maybe that's my problem. I haven't been driving for family. I never realized there was an announcer. Yeah, I think he only talks when you, cross a lap marker or whatever. We should probably rotate soon. Have we been full? I feel like we've been about one short the whole time. Have we not? Have we not been riding with 11? I was the cum guy, by the way. Yeah, there's ones we don't have to rotate. The lobby, I think, is basically these are the people. Sorry, I'm reading up on wrestling ship. Either I get hoed and then come back, and then the comeback of my life where I'm in first the whole time. Easiest place to sit in this whole game is being in first the entire time. Easiest place to sit this whole game is being in first place the entire time. Because if you're in first the whole time, the only thing that threatens you is one red shell from behind you or a blue shell coming in. Very rarely do people get triple red shells behind you when you're in first. Or even two for that matter. And if you have a mushroom, I should have smuggled. If you have a mushroom or any, like, or a boombox, literally nothing can harm you up there. Can I get in? I guess not. Kyrie is coming back tomorrow. You guys think Kyrie will start off on NXT again? You think she'll jump straight to the main card? I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie wanted to come back on NXT. Especially with how NXT, they've been trying to pump the numbers on NXT anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie made some kick-ass return. Going to sleep. Good night later, XD King. I'll be here when you wake up. Actually, I might not. I might be sleeping. But the stream will be on here when you wake up. But Triple H, I think she'd be on the main. Have people made up their mind on if it's Triple H or Vince doing stuff yet? Because it sounds like wrestling's going quote-unquote good right now. And when wrestling is going quote-unquote good, it must be Triple H and his crazy good decisions. But the second that anybody sees anything they don't like in the IWC, the thought process is, oh my God, can you believe these calls Vince are making? It's been so bad ever since Vince came back to making calls. But then literally if the next week is good, they'll be like, oh my God, Triple H is killing it yet again. It's Hunter. Vince has been hand off. Okay, can we keep that energy for the next time something that people don't like happens on TV? Tournament code, exclamation point, remember. Son Goku, get you the tournament code. Why? Vince has had more misses than hits these last I don't know how many years. Massive disagree. Huge disagree. We literally just saw the biggest and best, like the most profitable WrestleMania we've ever seen. What if we just don't like Vince? There's nothing wrong with just saying you don't like Vince or whatever. Like, that's totally fine. The issue is that ever since Vince stepped down, Triple H took over. And as soon as that happened, even though there wasn't that crazy of a change in the product, everybody on the internet is like, oh my God, Triple H is doing so good. The Triple H booking is incredible. This is the best booking I've ever seen. And then the second that something that they don't like happens, they're like, oh my God, Vince must be booking again. This is so awful. I can't believe Vince is booking again. Literally on a week-by-week basis, I would see the same people switch their opinions up between, oh, I liked this week, Triple H had to have booked this because this was the best wrestling I've ever seen, to the very next week with similar booking, people like, wow, I didn't like the way that this match ended. I can't believe Vince is changing things around last minute again. The wrestlers have been vocal about how they prefer working for Hunter. I am positive that the wrestling journalists, news outlets that you read that love AEW would say that. Hunter did have some misses in NXT. I mean, NXT never came close to passing Raw or SmackDown. Like, NXT was never, like, climbing or gaining on Raw. NXT was struggling to compete with AEW when Triple H was running it. So, I mean, yeah. The whole time Raw and SmackDown was still dominating and Roma was starting his fucking, the greatest title reign of our generation. And Triple H was trying to make SmackDown work. It's still struggling with AEW, let's be real. Yes, however, NXT is starting to beat it now, which is crazy because... Let me break this down for you. And Triple H God, Vince McMahon haters are not going to like this one. But when AEW was trying to be a competitor with indie scenes, or not AEW, when NXT was trying to be a competitor with indie scenes and trying to be a competitor with AEW, it was getting its ass kicked. People were not watching that shit, okay? SmackDown and Raw still doing fine. AEW never really coming close to touching their numbers, but NXT was not touching AEW numbers either. When they rebranded to NXT 2.0, shifted the tone, and started trying to be more like Raw and SmackDown, now they're killing it. Now they're climbing. Now they're doing it. When they stopped doing the indie shit and started doing WWE shit, guess what? NXT stepped it the fuck up. Vince has done some great things at this time. I just think he's old and out of touch at this point. Yeah, and that's fine, but I think people just completely write off Vince's ability to do anything at all ever. Because they can see that some of the things that he has his hands on has a little bit of age to him. And I think that's insane, because it's like... What's the craziest, most memorable part of Seth Rollins' song that had people initially chanting with Seth Rollins in the first place, whether he was a good guy or a bad guy? The fucking Burn It Down. That part of the guy screaming Burn It Down that essentially not put Seth on the map, but like made Seth's intro a thing everyone could be a part of, that moment. Vince added Burn It Down. That was him. That was 100% him. Seth has said that, all right? There's probably 1,000 more little examples like this behind the scenes that we don't know about. But like everything that you've seen work on WWE, which I think because people just consume WWE the most and see it as the regular thing, there's a lot of shit that they like, even if it's not like a super standout moment. It's like, yeah, it was Vince. You know what I mean? And yes, Vince did that. Yes, that was orchestrated by Vince McMahon. But I think especially with WWE, because WWE just has a standard. In a bar that you don't see it go below very often, it's like there are all these good things that are just expected of the company, right? Whereas there are other companies out there that don't really have that same or similar standard, where like you'll see a bunch of dog shit stuff and people will be like, ah, yeah, that happens sometimes. And that's the same dog shit stuff that you just won't see in a WWE product ever. I connect tomorrow? What do you mean, Woodstock? Oh no, that's what I'm talking about. Locked in. You good, Daz? What's happening? It's different and different is good. Yeah, I don't know where I contested that at all. I'm literally cooking. Ken, you are tearing it up out there. For me, promos are the most important thing in a wrestling show. I would disagree in that regard. However, like, yeah, your better promos are going to happen on WWE. Like 100% of every night. Especially now that Punk's gone, like, I get that MJF's good or whatever, but, like, where the fuck are you finding Paul Heyman over there? Where the fuck are you finding, you know, Roman's still cracked out on the mic? Where the fuck are you finding Miz? Okay, I guess MJF, because he's trying to be Miz so bad, but, like... Oh, fuck, who was the guy who ran the MMA group? Who was the old guy who headed the MMA group? That dude was my favorite. Ken White? What the fuck was his name? William Regal? No. No, not Dana White. I'm talking in AEW. This is years ago. I also wish he'd get it back.
Brother in Christ still has the most atrocious knee in the game. Love to see it.
Yeah, Dion, I did an NBA 2K face scan. Thank you 37 months, man. Dan Lambert, that's his name. Thank you 37 months. Oh, Dion, by the way, I'm doing a thing. No pressure if you don't want to be a part of it, but I'm first to 10ing some of my homies as one of a sub goal, and I was going to do it homies of increasing difficulty. So I figured after I cleared some of the noobs and then moderately good at the games out of the way, if you would be interested, you can beat me 10 times in fighters. But if not, all good. In fighters, first to 10s in fighters, yeah. You could just cook my ass in 10 quick matches at fighters, and then we could go on about our days. Because I got a little list of people, but after I first attend with Nano, basically everybody else on the list that I have is just going to be cooking my shit in. So that's going to be the journey. Give me a little notice. I can find a window of time. Gotcha, gotcha. It would either be tomorrow or not until Monday. But it would have to be early tomorrow. But yeah, I'll bother you about it when I have it ironed out a little better. But yeah, appreciate it. The gamble will be, will Thunder get perfected in one of these 10 fights? Yes. That would be a good gamble for those. I appear to be stuck. I'm unstuck now. Anyways, appreciate you, homie. Hope shit's good. Did y'all see the intro Dion made for Month of Mayhem? Chat? You guys saw that, right? Oh, I am dead. That did not look good. Oh my god. Where the fuck am I going, dude? Oh, we even got a C-Reeks in the fucking game. Can't think of anyone besides Dada that have actually beaten Dion. Yeah, these guys are, these motherfuckers are on fighters way too often for me, bro. It's gonna be ugly out there.
What's the guys?
Hey, yo, Venom, thank you for the 20 bomb. And we're over 40 hours. Wait, no, we were over 40. Wait, we went over 40 hours before. In our group, only Dotto and Lotus. Yeah, it's fucked. Does Rhyme not take a game off you every now and again?
Suck brick, kid!
Oh, no. Oh, Twitch did that delay thing. We got to hear Suck Brick Kid 20 times. And the occasional pentakill.
Brick, kid! Suck brick!
You got to be kidding me. What happened, Jace? Thanks, Mom, for blowing up the blue shell. Rhyme? These days, doubt? Yeah, it checks out. Still gonna be racing in an hour? I don't know. How long have we been on Mario Kart? I probably started Mario Kart at like 7:30. I'm probably off. I'm probably not going for another hour. We have not been on Mario Kart for 20 minutes. We're probably off in the next 20 minutes. The timer's going up in weird increments. It's freaking me out.
Suck brick, kid!
I just got here, so we just started. Well, there's room in the lobby. Get in now. Winning this first game. Okay, Son Goku's calling a shot. He says winning this first game, by the way.
Suck brick, kid!
Haven't seen Ryan play fighters in years. Okay, you spitting. I thought they still queued up and did like the raid boss stuff. I don't have Switch online. Ah, shit. Yo, quit bumping me. Stop trying to give me that shit. I'm about to get red shelled so bad. He smuggled. Oh, yeah, it's over. Unless that hits him. Never mind, we're good. Bro smuggled a mushroom into first. That could have gone bad. Haven't been doing deep... I spun out to nothing. Haven't been doing EBFZ raids much ever since we started modding Customs Universe 2. Oh, that's fair. That also sounds insane. I wish... Is the online any better, man? I feel like with both Xenoverse games, the online started off so good and then just got very finicky as patches came out. And that's what drove me away from the game both times. Is that, like, you play online and it feels tight and it feels good. And maybe it's like it's a combination of less people playing, but it also felt like they tweaked the servers as DLC patches drop a little bit. And then eventually the online would get so fickle, I'd be like, yeah, I'm done with this. Almost only play with Xenoverse 2 with the homies on those raids now. Never go PvP. Yeah, it's probably better for the soul. I just saved somebody's ass. And one for the road. Never mind, I got stolen by Boo. I high-key like seeing them get bodied. Did bro win? Wait, did Sun King win? Did he call it and fucking win it? GG's, he must have. Yeah, when I saw him smuggle a mushroom into first, I knew it was a wrap. I was like, nope, this one's done. Botted y'all? I could not. Okay, never mind. Getting places in the single digits now. Hooray! One race break. You can probably knock the Gambas off for a while. Thank you guys for doing those, though. Thank you guys for doing the Gambas. Back on the Vince thing, I'll absolutely give credit where it's due. Roman's run has been the most, mostly him from my understanding. I mean, you're taking a lot away from backstage, but okay. But it was like the main thing people cared about. For me personally, it wasn't enough. I wanted the other divisions to at least be close, and they didn't seem like they were to me. You wanted all of the other divisions to be close to the greatest title run we've ever seen in our lifetime and probably ever will. Just for clarification's sake, that's what you're saying? IC title division super strong. US title is a bit better. The women are killing it even if they don't get as much time. The tag division, well, yeah, cutting the women's stuff is like, that has been a Triple H thing, but I thought Roman's run was Heyman mostly. That's an insane take. That's what I heard a few months ago. Yeah, it's off the charts. Trying to say that the man giving us the greatest title run of our fucking generation, of our goddamn lifetime, is, it's actually his manager doing all the work. Oh, okay, man. Oh, okay, dude. Never mind. I thought it was the guy. That's never mind. My fault. Stop forcing heel teams on us. Y'all don't like the Judgment Day? Stop forcing face teams on us? Oh, well, I mean, that's kind of just a contrast that's going to happen when you have heel teams like this. When you have teams as fucking cool and as dominant and selling merch and doing great shit like Judgment Day and Bloodline. Bloodline were and Judgment Day have been. You need face teams. Like, you have to have face teams to counter that. I'm kind of running into that problem in TNL a little bit right now on the back end of booking things because we have Game Over. We had Power Play. We have Royal Flush. So we have these bad guy groups, and then when it comes to good guy groups, we have Phoenix Club. The Phoenix Club motherfuckers are so busy and involved in other shit that it's hard to even get them around to be a group. You know what I mean? Yeah, TFR's in there also. Yeah, so it's like we have all these mega heel groups, and then we have Phoenix Club. But the problem with Phoenix Club is all those guys are so busy and doing cool shit and entertaining in other aspects that it's hard to get them around for a group. You know what I mean? Unless we, you know, pull off scenarios like the Game Over thing, which I think was great, but even then it was like, it was 2 weeks. Phoenix Club was together for 2 weeks, and then we gotta, you know, get them back to doing their things because they're involved. So yeah, like you have, how the fuck do you oppose the Bloodline and how the fuck do you oppose Judgment Day if you don't make a good guy group. Oh, we haven't done Rock Mountain all day. LWO? I'm assuming LWO is what he's referring to when he says stop forcing good guys on us. Or good guy teams on us. The horses need to build a stable again. Pun intended. Rich get richer. I saw someone get a star on fourth. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make another lobby one of these days. I'm gonna make my own tournament code set up just like this one, except I'm gonna take off frantic items because I'm starting to think frantic items might be a detriment. It was fun at first. It still felt like a fun idea at first because it kept items spicier. But what frantic items actually means is that like everyone in first through third gets a banana peel, and everybody in 4th through 8th gets 3 mushrooms, and everybody 8th or lower all gets a bullet bill at the same time, is what it usually means. I'm oversimplifying it a little bit, but that's what's going on. No, I mean KO or Sammy, Cody, and Jay putting them together. Okay, so you want there to actually, what you said was, I'm tired of them making good guy teams. What you mean is there needs to be more established good guy teams. Because the option that you have when you don't have good guy teams to put up against bad guy teams is you have to do makeshift good guy teams. You know what I mean? Again, I'm having this issue myself in TNL because when Royal Flush first came on the map, what did I do? Well, we took Michael Phoenix and Chris Phoenix and Allen and threw them on a team together to face Royal Flush in a 6-man, right? And outside of that, we haven't really done a lot of 6-mans because it's just, that's the only other option is to you throw, even like, look at the shields come up. Everybody loved the shield run. What was the shields come up? At first, they were literally facing a grab bag of all the most popular faces. The shield faced Daniel Bryan and John Cena and Ryback and Sheamus so many times because they were just grab bagging the good guys they had. Those guys weren't as stable. They were all stars, but you got to put stars together and match them up against the bad guy team because either way it makes the bad guy team look good because it took not people from a team, but like a conglomerate of superstars to either take them down or still lose to them, which is crazy, right? You kind of have to do shit like that because what are your other options? Now, granted, the best shield matches we got, where did that come from? Well, Evolution got back together. Literally Hall of Famers and future Hall of Famers only. To give us like, wow, Ken, how many times? It's also crazy to include Ryback. Looking at where they are now, yes, it's insane. At the time, it made perfect sense. At the time, Ryback was a much bigger deal than like Sheamus. At the time, I think Ryback was a bigger deal than Sheamus has ever been in his career, but Sheamus obviously has the better career, right? And especially if you look at where they're at now, my fucking God, Ryback fell off. I've never seen anyone fall off that hard. I should have known. I should have gone to the left. I knew I was going to get cut off for the 2s. Ryback's feud with Mark Henry. Was Mark Henry one of the guys he couldn't pick up? I think not that he couldn't pick up, but during the match he just wasn't able to. Ryback had a feud. He did it with Paul Heyman once. Oh my fucking God. Nice placement on the fucking boulder drop, God. Anyway. Couldn't get him up for the fucking shell shock, so he just picks him up and hits him with the biggest clothesline you've ever seen. Randy coming back? Hell yeah. All right, next time we get a dope map, that'll be the last match. Oh shit, is that Baby fucking Park? To clarify what I meant earlier, I wanted the other divisions to seem like they were shown on the card. It didn't seem like they were at first because all the focus was on Roman, which I get. But now it feels like a nice balance has been struck. Are you talking about when the tag team titles were the main event of WrestleMania? I get it. The mid-card belts have always been dog shit, and I don't, like, Gunther's run is something, but I don't know if Gunther's run has helped that much either. Like, just slap a title on a guy for a long time and maybe it'll mean something. I don't know. The mid-card belts have been in a problem for a long time, but literally they took the tag belts and they made them main event in WrestleMania. Through the bloodline. That had to go through, you know, a brainchild of Vince. They had a bench press contest, and they had Mark Henry attack Ryback so he wouldn't lose. So Ryback wouldn't lose, because you know Mark is winning that shit. You know Mark is dominating that shit. Mark Henry is one of the coolest motherfuckers to ever do it, man. You guys want to hear a story about Mark Henry? Mark Henry wins the World's Strongest Man competition. Goes into WWE. Wrestles for like 8 years or some shit. Okay? His mom dies. All right? Very unfortunate. Mark Henry's mom died. He was really close to his mom. He took some time off. Vince said, take all the time you need. Do whatever you have to do. So Mark takes time off. For some reason, I don't know what the beef is, because it's literally just like you either can pick the weight up or you can't. So I don't know how you like do this in powerlifting, but they were doing it in powerlifting. For some reason, some of the newer powerlifting heads who were out there winning the competitions and stuff that Mark Henry wasn't entering anymore because he was a wrestler and getting older, started talking shit in the powerlifting community. They're like, oh, you know, Mark or the old heads can't do it the way that us guys do it now. They wouldn't be able to hang anymore. There's a reason they don't do it, yada, yada. So Mark Henry, who worked out a lot while his mom was sick and a lot when his mom died, went to Vince and said, hey, Vince, I need to do this before I come back. I gotta go do this weightlifting competition again. I gotta do it for me. I gotta do it for my mental. I gotta do it for my health. I gotta prove this to myself or whomever. I gotta go to the World's Strongest Man competition again. And Vince told him, he's like, all right, man, you can do it. You need to do it. You go do it. But I can't sell the world's second strongest man. Dead to his face. I can't sell the world's second strongest man. Essentially, if you don't win, you can't come home. Kind of shit, right? And Mark Henry said bet and then won. Like, he'd been out of the game for like better part of a decade, dude.